In the region, that would be Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and probably the Philippines as well, combined have a total of 300,000 people working in them, trying to scam you out of your money. Hi. The War Room is a law enforcement initiative that was put together by the Royal Thai Police in Thailand. What drew my attention to it is that it's staffed with 250 or more FBI agents from the United States. I learned that from a bartender, actually. A couple of the off-duty agents had stopped at his bar and they were kind of chit-chatting, and he had just mentioned to me that there seemed to be an upsurge in FBI agents coming into Bangkok. I just thought that was interesting, so that took me down a rabbit hole that opened up this story about the War Room. Not only FBI agencies, but the Secret Service is involved with it as well. And I believe the CIA, only because I read a study done by an NGO that was attached to the U.S. Institute of Peace and authored by a guy named Jacob Sims, who is a fellow at the U.S. Institute of Peace. And the U.S. Institute of Peace, simply put, is a CIA cutout. And he made this study, or he summarized this study in a 17-page report that I read. I'll link it down below if you're a nerd like me and want to see all the details. But it's his recommendations. He had 6 recommendations, and his recommendations look like the stated objectives of the War Room. The War Room is targeting Cambodian scam operations, the big, scam operations that have been around for quite a while now, but they've burgeoned to a point where, according to Sims's report, in the region, that would be Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and probably the Philippines as well, combined have a total of 300,000 people working in them, trying to scam you out of your money. That's an astonishing figure to me, and I have a little skepticism around it, but I can't find anything to refute it. All the data points to the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of people online trying to separate you from your money with various, scammy kind of things. Don't click on anything if you don't know the person who's sending it. It could be one of these 300,000 people. So the War Room is designed to interdict with that lawless scam operations of Cambodia. And what troubled me a little bit is, I just mentioned all the countries that you can find that kind of thing in. I mean, they exist everywhere around the world, but they seem to be particularly prevalent in Myanmar. There's more of them in Myanmar, according to Sims's own report, than there is in Cambodia. But Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, the Philippines, in the Southeast Asia region have these giant operations in play. And why then is the War Room focused only on Cambodia? I think that's a relevant question. I'm on my way to a party in Syndicate province. I just stopped here. I'm still in Buriram province, on my way there, and stopped for some coffee. And I'm beginning to see signs, not only here but in other places, of just how much the Thai people are pretty pleased with their military. Syndicate, where I'm headed, is borders Cambodia, and Syndicate was subjected to shelling and rockets and all of that, and the Thais are most definitely standing behind their military. There's a lot of support that's visible here. The closer I get to Syndicate, the more I'm seeing it. I'm currently in Nakhon Ratchasima, more commonly known as Korat. And I came to Korat to find Camp Friendship. Anybody who's watched my last video, the video prior to this one, I was talking about my Thai stepkid's grandfather. Their paternal grandfather was a young man by the name of Joseph T. Baker, who was an American stationed at Camp Friendship in Korat. And he was killed in action in Vietnam, or over Vietnam. I don't know the exact details. I think he was involved with clandestine services. That's in the last video if you'd like to see the details on that. But that's what brought me to Korat. I just had a curiosity about Camp Friendship, and I did find it today. It is this sprawling military complex that is under Thai command these days. And all the regiments, the compound is well secured. There are fences with barbed wire and armed guards at all the entrances, and they're not letting anybody in. As a matter of fact, they were even unhappy about me taking a video across the road from the entrance, using it as a backdrop. That's understandable. You know, they were 4 weeks ago at war with Cambodia, which borders them. Not that far from here, about a 3-hour drive from where I'm standing. So, you know, a high state of military security is proper and appropriate. And so I apologized and left. And I'm here at a university. I don't even know the name of the university. But I came here to see the Korat Museum. What I'm doing is I'm studying the origin, the post-World War II origins of the United States foreign influence on this region of the world, especially Thailand. And so because I have all that rattling around in my brain, I have a tendency to look at the war room, the topic that I opened this video with a bunch of skepticism. You know, is there a regime change operation in play here? And that immediately popped into my mind because that would match the kinds of things that I'm studying. But what my purpose for studying the development of the foreign aid programs to Southeast Asia is because I want to get to a point where I can have an intuitive sense of where we're going today. Things are changing, and so I'm educating myself. But what I realized is I am rooted in, you know, the clandestine services dominance of foreign policy in Southeast Asia in the 1960s, because that's the part that I'm studying now. So recognizing that I would have my own biases at this point, I don't know if that is a legitimate question about the war room. The war room might be exactly what they say it is, a law enforcement operation to reduce cyber scamming. Let's hope that it's so. But what I have learned so far about the existence of this State Department, military, CIA, USAID, NGO complex that's been governing our foreign policy since the end of World War II. It's grown into this giant machine of a Truman Show that you never really know what's going on underneath the veneer of of their good guy statements. So. I wanted to put that out there. That's I'm biased like anybody else, so it very well could just be a straightforward law enforcement operation. I'm going to keep looking. This is an interesting path that I'm on. It's giving me something new to write about. I will put what I have written about this subject in below in the comments or the description, depending on what platform you're looking at it from, and. I'm going to keep it up. So, stay tuned. More to come. Thanks for watching.